Yes, people, back live. The day after, unfortunately, United, lose away at Tottenham. I was supposed to go live after the game, but I was on Northside's channel, big up Northside LDN every single time. He allowed me to, go on and talk about the game. And yeah, I spoke with the game, and yeah, everything I had to say was just I'm disappointed, to be honest. I'm really disappointed that we lost the game. However, the focus is now on the weekend. We had to face Bournemouth, so we'll see. But yeah, Josh, back again. What are you saying, bro? Back again for
What am I
another Premier.
saying? Well, I'm a I'm feeling a bit better after the weekend because Arsenal did manage to get through to the Carabao Cup semi-finals.
Yeah,
In terms of who we've drawn, well, first of all, big ups to Gary Jesus because I didn't think he had it in him anymore to score at all, let alone a hat trick.
a lot of Arsenal
So
fans had it. I think I
no
don't
one did,
yeah,
genuinely.
yeah. Sorry, go on.
No, so and obviously Newcastle for me. Um, you know what? I'd much rather them than Liverpool and maybe even
Yeah,
Spurs in a
yeah,
way, considering the emotional aspects of it. But I feel St James's Park as the second
mm.
game is that's a real banana skin. Luckily, I think Shaw and Bruno are both suspended for the first leg, so we need to do our job at the Emirates. Then Arteta can do his her arm ball thing at St James's.
nah,
So
it's
yeah,
it's gonna be a tough game. Yeah, I can't lie, but yeah, nah, I hear that. We'll start off with the Aston Villa Man City game, to be honest, because that's the first game of the weekend. That's the first proper game of the weekend. Then we'll go to Liverpool Spurs. Man City. Well, after all that cooking last week that me and Auguste were on here, we were chatting about Man City, but the win against Man City, and trust me, I was very, very happy, but things came straight crashing back down to earth against Tottenham in the Carabao Cup.
it's one of the funniest
Although
games I've ever seen.
it was, and trust me, it was one of those games where I just think the keeper both keepers just handed both teams each like every two goals. They had at least, I think, four goals were gifted by United. United gifted 2 goals, but by the keeper, and then we gifted them 2 goals. Sorry, they gifted us 2 goals.
Yeah,
It is what it is. I mean, it happens. It's football, but at the same time, like it's a bit of a mess. But Tottenham, they beat us. Obviously, they're looking to be going against Liverpool this weekend. But then we'll talk about the City game first. Sorry about that. City game versus Aston Villa. Man City, 1 win in 11 games. Aston Villa just started picking up form, and they're going to Villa Park. Talk about Manchester City, because Manchester City have not been playing well at all. They've not been getting results. They've not been picking up wins. They've only had 1 win at home, which was Nottingham Forest 3-0. And other than that, they've just been like they've fallen off a cliff big time, big time. But I want to know your opinions on Man City, because this is something like I said before on many streams, and I'm going to say it again. Something I never thought I would see.
yeah. Well, thing is, I looked at the table earlier today. They're still only 9 points off the top. Now that is effectively 12 because Liverpool do have a game in hand, but still 9 points. Just I don't know. This and the funny thing is, I still think there's twists and turns in this title race. So I would not, honestly, I would not be surprised if Pep goes on another winning streak and we end up winning it again. I that seems like a really bold claim, and I'll probably look like a massive idiot come May. But genuinely, I wouldn't be surprised if that does happen. Um, to be honest, I don't think there's much more that needs to be said. We've identified the problems and whatnot. I did mention, I think the last time I was on here, about when Carragher compared them to Liverpool 2 seasons ago when they finished fifth. I feel that is a much similar scenario to what they're going through now. I mean, if I remember correctly, wasn't Matthias Nunes playing as a makeshift left back, and he ended up conceding the penalty? I mean, best squads. I mean, for me, the last two summers, I should say, have been quite lackluster for their standards. Um, so for me, it's not a massive surprise that they're starting to struggle a bit more, but still. And I think I heard in Pep's press conference, pre-match presser, that I think Ruben Diaz is injured again. So the luck just keeps killing them off. But yeah, they're struggling a lot. Villa Park's a really tough place to go. But at the same time, Villa aren't exactly doing too well at the minute. I believe they lost to who did they lose to again? Premier League, Nottingham Forest. That's it.
Forest 2-1. Yeah, they
Yeah,
were up
Nottingham
10
Forest.
minutes to go. They bottled it.
Yeah, so they're not exactly in great form either. Uh, the two teams that are really lacking in confidence, I'd say, and I think a draw would be the logical conclusion to that fixture.
No, you're spot on. I think a draw is likely, considering how Man City have been playing though, and with Ruben Diaz now out, with John Stones' fitness up in the air. I don't know if he's gonna do anything this weekend. They've got Josko Guardiola, who's a really good player, by the way. I rate him. Very, very good player. There's no one really supplying Erling Haaland, and that's been the biggest issue. There's no one like Kevin De Bruyne is that he's that player, but he does not last 90 minutes anymore. He does not play 90 minutes. That's the biggest issue. He does not play 90 minutes. Man City need someone that can, big up Augusti every time. Yeah, so Man City needs someone that can, play play Haaland in. Because if Haaland's injured, who's scoring Man City's goals? Like, because Haaland's still one of the top scorers in the Premier League. Like, he was banging in goals at the start of the year when Rodri and KDB was there, and then ever since then, I just think that it's been terrible. It's been terrible for Man City. They've not scored enough goals. They've not created much chances. They've not defended well. So as the team, as a unit, they've just looked like they look like they've collapsed. They look deflated. And I think Pep needs to come up with some new ideas, because I think this Man City team starting to be found out. They're gonna need some new players. They need some new fresh legs in there, because I feel that if City don't get in new players, or at least bring in or change up the system, I don't see Man City going on a run like people always talk about. They're going on top of the runs that they always go on. That's the biggest issue. Like they need to sort out the system. They need to sort out their form. Otherwise, the run is not going to happen. But go on, bro. Continue what you're saying.
Well, the January window will be crucial. So whether that will happen or not, definitely. They need to. Blimey, what do they need? They need a competent midfield backup to Rodri. That's a given. I mean, it's no coincidence that Rodri's injury has coincided with the worst form in Pep Guardiola's career. I think they need a new defender. They need another holding midfielder, I think, as well, because the midfield pivot of Gundogan and Rico Lewis is not it at the minute, and I don't think it will be it. Like I keep referring to Carragher, but what he said about Gundogan being too old, I believe that's true. I'm not really sure why they signed him back, but that's by the by. I think they need another winger as well. I think Grealish and Doku, they just don't contribute enough in terms of goal contributions. So many areas to improve on in summary.
The thing with Doku is the guy's very good on the ball. He looks like he's scary when you come up against him, but the thing is, like, when he gets past you, the end product is not there. The problem is that he doesn't have the end product that people talk about. He's a good player. He's a good footballer. He has good technical ability, but the issue is the guy does not have much end product, and that's why Man City are struggling to create. Bernardo Silva is not creating. Foden looks like a shadow of himself. Ever since the Euros, the guy looked like a shadow of himself. He's not the same Phil Foden we talked about last season. The player of the year for me, Phil Foden, was last year. That was probably the best version of Phil Foden I've ever seen. Like,
We've ever seen.
pretty much everyone's ever seen. Like, that's, but I don't know what's happened. Is it confidence? Is it a mentality issue? Is it because I'm looking at it from an outsider point of view, yeah, and I'm seeing a lot of players that just don't look like they're bothered anymore. Because the way that Man City threw away the Manchester derby last weekend was nothing short of an embarrassment. It was literally nothing short of an embarrassment. Wait, go on, sorry, bro.
Yeah. Well, I think you do have to take into account its basic human psychology. Once you've won it 4 times in a row, you're gonna naturally slack off a bit, aren't you?
Mm.
In terms of Phil Foden, well, I don't know what's happened to him. Me personally, I've never really rated him that much, but last season he did shut me up, mainly because he carried City to the title over my team,
Yeah.
admittedly. But that his performance in the Euros, I mean, England, like I don't know how England got to the final yet. The majority of our big name players were poor, but Phil Foden was absolutely anonymous. And how he started past the group stages, I do not know. And he's come back this season. He's basically done nothing. I think he's only got one Premier League assist so far, and that was from a set piece. I think the guy
Did
is
he?
suffering from a real crisis in confidence at the
I
minute.
think he scored one goal. No, I think he scored a goal against Forest. I'm not sure if he scored. Was one of him that scored, or was it? I don't remember who scored for.
I
I
know,
remember I remember Doku scored. I think Nunes also scored for City.
I,
I'm not sure.
I know
Sorry.
he scored. I know he scored in this right. I know he scored in the Champions League against Slovan Bratislava away. But as far as I'm concerned, that's for you. As far as
That's
I know, that's the only goal he scored so far. I mean,
yeah.
it's just for like he's got a genuine case of being the worst defender to the PFA Player of the Year. Like he's been absolutely awful, and when City needs him most, he's just not performing at the minute. And he will pick up form soon, whether
No,
that's this season or the next. But
I
yeah,
reckon he'll definitely pick up form. But the biggest issue with Phil Foden is like because Pep Guardiola for me is one of the best managers out there in the world. Right? He has he has motivational, like, he's very good at motivating players. He's very good at making players much better than what they look, or much better than they
yeah,
seem. He's better at improving players. So if Pep Guardiola wants to get the best out of his squad, you need to get the best out of your recent signings. Even though for me they've not been great. Mateus Nunes, you need to get the best out of Mateus Nunes. You need to get the best out of who's the other one that they signed? Doku. You need to get the best out of who else can I think of?
Gvardiol.
There's Gavardio. I think he's pretty much got the best out of him, to be honest. I think Gavardio is
Yeah,
already doing.
I mean he's still been suspect defensively this season,
Nah, he
definitely.
is. You're right. You're right.
Yeah,
I think he's playing a left back. I think, is that true, or is he just
yeah, yeah. I think Pep's put him at centre back these last few games as well. Try and shuffle it a bit. You know what I mean?
yeah, I hear it because now that now that he's playing as a center back slash left back, left side center back, right? I think Man City just need to find a center back that can defend because, bro, none of these center backs look like they can defend.
Genuinely, not at the
Ruben
minute they
Diaz,
can't.
even bro, Ruben Diaz is out. He looks like a shadow of himself as well. He's not performing to the best of his abilities. Gavardio's defensive ability is a bit sus. It's a bit sus. And I'm also seeing who else? John Stones is hardly ever fit. I mean, you've got Kyle Walker. He's not the
Hey,
same Walker as you thought.
he
Man
hasn't been
City's
for the last 2 seasons.
100%, and Cancelo being sold as well. Look, who do Man City replace Kyle Walker with? Like, because Rico Lewis is not, for me, is not the right back that they need to look at replacing um Kyle Walker. They need to look at replacing him with somebody that's, you know, or with somebody that can, have the ability to defend and attack like Kyle Walker did. So they need to find a perfect replacement. Someone who can do what Kyle Walker has done, but a younger version of Kyle Walker. Get what I'm saying? Because I don't see anyone in the Premier League that's for me a right back that can defend as good and attack at the same time. Kyle Walker is complete, right? Reece James, when fit, is really really good. He can do both. Trent is not the best defender, but he's great going forward. So that's the biggest issue nowadays with right backs and fullbacks in general. It's just they don't do much of the defending compared to what like the center backs. So that's why I'm saying it's hard to find someone that can replace a right back with really good defensive ability. Because Carvajal's that type of player, but he's getting on. right? His age is like what 33. He's out with an ACL injury. So there's not many in the world that for me are all fantastic, but at the same time they should try and find someone that could that. And I think the best option might be Frimpong, because
That is by far the best shout. Yeah.
he played for their. Let's not forget he played for Man City's academy. He never played in the Dutch league. He played for Man City, and then he went. I think I don't remember. I don't know where else. I don't know where he went afterwards. But regardless of where he went, yeah, he's now killed it. He's killed it for Bayer Leverkusen, and Leverkusen look like a team that, you know, they last season we all saw what they made. They made history last season, right? And then this season they just fallen off a bit, but he's a good player and he can definitely fill in Kyle Walker's shoes. At left back though, do they move Gavardio there and then they sign a center back, or do they play Gavardio at center back and they sign a left back? Because Gavardio's defending is a bit sus, but you can take the stage now, bro.
Well, I think what the likelihood will be is that Gavardio starts playing at left back still. Gavardio will stay at left back. I think the main priority for City will be a centre back, because obviously Stones and Diaz are getting old as well. In terms of who that will be, I don't know who they're going to go for. I honestly don't know. Could be from one of their feeder clubs. I don't know who Girona's centre backs are, but they might go for one of them. I don't know. Would they look at someone like Mark Gehi, for example? I don't know. I don't think they will.
I don't think so. I don't think
No,
so.
but someone of a high caliber, I guess, bigger club.
You could maybe look at, you know, do they need like a left-sided center back, you think, or do they need like someone like a right-sided?
At this point, mate, we need a centre back. That's all I'm saying.
I genuinely don't know. I mean, I actually can't say. I don't know who. Maybe when Juventus, maybe when he's fit, they can try and sign Bremer. Maybe from Juventus.
It's not a bad shout, to be fair.
When he's fit, I mean, because he right now he's out with an ACL injury, like another one with an ACL injury. When he's back, we don't know how he's gonna be like. But someone that can, you know, he's someone that can just come in and, you know, kind of fill in the shoes of John Stones when John Stones is out. And when John Stones comes back, he can play midfield. So City have versatile players. They may not have the depth, but they have versatile players that can play in a lot of key areas for the team. And that's why I think, for me, I think the players have been found out. I think they've been found out. I think it's time to bring in new sets of players, like complete, like not a whole not a whole reshuffle, but just at least in the defensive department, because that's where City are lacking. And Haaland has to drop inside, where he has to try and receive the ball and then lay it off. That's not his job. He's a stand in the box type of striker. Haaland's more of like a stand in the box type of striker. So that's why I think that's why you kind of need someone to, like, you know, fill in the pockets and then maybe try and play Haaland through on goal. Much rather having Haaland to drop back in and then having to play the wingers. And you know what I'm saying? Something that's.
I mean, by allowing Haaland to drop back in, you're completely nullifying his threat, because you saw in his first season, especially, Haaland's getting in behind. I mean, that's bread and butter for him. Like, you know, that's going to be a goal 99 times out of 100.
Yeah, facts.
So the fact that he's dropping into midfield, is just a microcosm of how poor the City system is functioning at the minute. So.
No, it is not. It's not functioning well, and I have to say, Pep better sort it out soon. And this weekend, I don't know if I see them winning again. I don't see Man City winning again this weekend. I just don't. Aston Villa away is a very, very tough place to go to. Very, very tough place, and especially with Man City losing their last season. Don't know if they're in this form right now. I know Villa lost last week, but they've sort of, you know, made a bit of a comeback in a way. They've kind of picked up recent wins, even though they went in a few games without winning a game. And then and Villa Park, I reckon the crowd are going to be up for it. I reckon Aston Villa will get the win. I'm going to go with an Aston Villa. I'm going to go with an Aston Villa 2-1 win.
That's not a bad shout at all. Although I do think I feel like they're both short of confidence, aren't they? So
Yeah,
I
they
feel
are.
like I mean football doesn't work like this, but logically
True.
speaking, I'll go for a 2-2 draw. I reckon City will come back
No,
from behind twice. It'll be one of those, like similar
no,
to Crystal Palace.
no, that's fair. Sorry, what were you saying?
I'm saying a 2-2 draw or a draw in general. If you want specifics, 2-2.
Let Let's talk about Aston Villa because Aston Villa, like in recent games, right? They've slowed down, but then they've picked up because at the start of the year they looked quite good. Like I think Aston Villa in that Champions League run, I thought they were picking up wins. They were getting big wins against Bayern Munich. They were winning games without conceding a goal, and then they go and concede a goal, and then everything just falls apart for Aston Villa. Well,
Yeah,
what have been your thoughts on Aston Villa this season? Because for me that they've just been like they've they've kind of gone through a rough patch,
yeah.
but I think they'll start to find form again soon. But go on, bro. It's all you.
So do I. I feel there was almost inevitably going to be a drop off because they were playing in the Champions League and because they're not one of the big money clubs, for example. Um, FFP and whatnot, they had to get rid of players, which ridiculous, but those are the rules and whatnot. I've been impressed with them in the Champions League. They should be unbeaten in the Champions League. I look at the games they've dropped points in. Club Brugge, that was a complete brain fart from Tyrone
Yeah,
Mings, and
Aaron Mings, I don't know what
uh,
he was doing.
yeah, and Juventus, like 94th minute winner ruled out. They've been quite unlucky in those two games. For me, they should have about three more points than they do. But I feel
No,
I've been impressed with them in Europe. I mean, I thought maybe because they haven't been in Europe since the 80s, when they last won the European Cup, funnily enough, they would get overwhelmed by the sense of occasion, but they really haven't. Unai Emery, he is a top manager, although his teams do typically struggle in the league a bit. But I think Villa will start to pick up form again and contend for those European spots.
no, I reckon they'll be up there as well. I did say Aston Villa will finish around fifth or like sixth or seventh because of their Champions League schedule. If they qualify for the knockouts, right? I reckon it might be tougher of a schedule, especially with the FA Cup coming up as well. They're out of the Carabao Cup now, but the FA Cup coming up in January might just be might be a massive fixture congestion for them as well, and they're gonna have to deal with a lot of games. And I don't know if they have the depth for it. The problem is that I don't know if they have the depth. They have a really good squad. The manager, the starting 11 is fantastic. John Duran's very very good. They've got Ollie Watkins. They've got players like John McGinn. They've got who else have they got in midfield? Morgan Rogers. These type of players, that ilk, like they're very good type of players. But it's about having to deal with the fitness, with the um, with the congestion, and I think Aston Villa should be, but the inconsistencies are gonna kick in because too many games. What are you saying?
I agree with that. Well, I think probably a blessing that they got knocked out of the Carabao Cup earlier on because I've seen Arsenal's fixture list in January, for example, as well as Liverpool's and Spurs's. Um, when you add the Carabao Cup semi-final fixtures to that already hectic January, bloody hell, January fixture
Yeah,
list, it does look kind of crazy. So I think they have a bit more of a breather compared to other teams in European places. Um, I'm not too knowledgeable on their injuries at the moment, but I don't think they're suffering too badly. I know Mings came back and whatnot, so that's a good defensive bolster up for them.
yeah.
Um, I do think they will pick up form.
No, I hear that.
I don't see why they won't, especially after the Champions League group thing. Well, no, because there's a big gap between the next two Champions League games, so they'll have time to recuperate and uh, pick up more points because they have been underwhelming considering how good they were last year. But they'll come back into European contention surely.
No, I hear that. I hear that. But yeah, I'm gonna go with that. The win. You're going for a 2-2 draw, aren't you?
Yeah, yeah.
Let's move on to Tottenham Liverpool. That's the second biggest game of the week in my opinion. Tottenham off the back of a win against United last week. They destroyed Southampton 5-0 away. Like no issues whatsoever. But they played United. It was a very, very, very weird game actually because the Spurs game we just gifted them goals. They gifted us goals. It was back and forth. It was like a roller coaster of a game. Honestly, I can't pick and choose who deserved to win the game. But United had the more shots. United had more chances, but we just did not put the ball in the back of the net when it mattered most, and that's why we lost the game. However, about Tottenham, they got the win. They got the all-point win out there in the semi-final up against. They're up against what do you call it? Up
Liverpool.
against Liverpool. Thank you, Liverpool, and they have two legs. They have two legs to it because they have the first leg, second leg, semi-final. I don't know where it's for Anfield first, right? They
No,
got
Anfield
Anfield.
second. Anfield
Oh,
second leg.
right. That's tricky for Tottenham. They have to defend. They have to defend the. They have to try and get a result in the first game and try and go and defend at Anfield. But Liverpool this weekend, Tottenham having injuries to the defense. Van de Ven's out. They've got
Romero out.
Romero out. They've got Udogi. Udogi's
Udogi, Ben Davis as well. Backup centre backs off left back.
out, all out, isn't it? So yeah, it's gonna be a tough game, man, for Tottenham, especially at home. And we all know what happened last year. Last year was a bit of a dramatic sort of ending because Liverpool should have gotten a draw because the goal should have stood. However, this year I reckon Tottenham just I don't something about Tottenham. They're good at home. They're good at home, especially against the big clubs. They don't play badly. I know they lost to Chelsea, but they'll make it a high scoring game. Tottenham will make it a high scoring game. It's just the defense might be leaking in goals. What are you saying? What are you saying about this game, though? What are you saying about Tottenham? What you've been impressed with them so far?
Well, Spurs. One thing that hits out to me straight away is their injuries. I mean, I saw their back line against United last night. Oh my word! 18-year-old Archie Gray at centre back and whatnot.
Pocketed Rasmus
I
Højlund.
pun.
Pocketed
Yeah, he
Rasmus
did.
Højlund.
Yeah, he did. To be fair, fair play to the guy. But I can't see anything other than a Liverpool win personally. I feel the slot machine will be back in full flow after two bolts in the cog are broken.
Yeah.
I feel Liverpool will win this 2-1 thoroughly professional. I think Spurs will give them a good game, but at the end of the day, with the amount of absentees that they have, I just don't see how they're going to pick up any points out of this game.
I have 3 score predictions in mind, but I'll get to that. I'll talk about Liverpool though. I mean, Liverpool just don't look amazing, but they're getting results. Liverpool don't look like world beaters, but they're still getting wins. They're still getting results, and like if they can get results like this, then they deserve to win the league, even if they're not great. They don't play great. They don't look amazing on the eye. Liverpool is still getting wins, like against teams like Fulham. They dropped points, right? But Liverpool had 10 men there, and they fought back 2-2. They were 2-1 down with about 5 minutes to go. Liverpool fought back, right? Although
exactly.
But like I said, it's a mentality. Liverpool have the mentality. Their mentality right now, they've got the mindset to go and win the league. They're ready. They look like they want to. They look like they want it, because they might feel as if some of their players might be coming towards the end of the Liverpool careers, and they might be leaving. So I think it's time that that they show Liverpool fans what they're capable of before they leave. They're gonna leave. They're kind of gonna leave some before they go, and I reckon Liverpool could really, really win this league. I don't know. I know it's not over in December, but the way Liverpool are playing right now, they don't look great, but they're getting results every single week, and that's what matters most. Not performances; it's about results, and Liverpool getting them. And I don't know. I'm thinking 3-1 Liverpool, 2-2, or 2-1 Tottenham. That have 3 predictions in mind. I don't know what it's crazy. I'm gonna go with a 2-2 draw. Then why not? I'll go with the
Fair
draw.
enough.
But Tottenham, even though even though in my head I was thinking maybe Liverpool will win 3-1, I'll just say a draw for the sake of it, because why not? I mean, it can happen, but if I had to choose a team that will win, it'd probably be Liverpool. If I had to
Fair
pick a
enough.
winner, it'll probably be Liverpool. But I'll go with the draw, just
I just
because.
wanted to ask.
Yeah,
What do you make of
go on.
Arnie Slot? Because I love the guy, Arnie Slot. What do you make of him?
Arne Slot is a very very straightforward manager. I feel like he speaks like he just says things as it is. He just
That's what I love
explains.
about him.
He explains everything very very straightforwardly, and that's what I like about him. Like he's not. I like the fact that he's a Liverpool manager, but I really like his approach to games. I like the way he explains things. Like, I remember when they beat United 3-0 at Old Trafford. He sort of explained what exactly he broke it all down, and just and that's where I was like, okay, this guy is really really intelligent. Like he actually knows what's going on, and he's not blind to say it. He's just saying
Yeah,
it as it is. That's what I like about Arne Slot. I don't like the fact he's a Liverpool manager, but I like the thing. I think he said he's very straightforward. He's very precise, and that's what I think Liverpool fans like him. Even though he doesn't have the same energy as Klopp, I don't think he matches Klopp's energy. No, I don't think so. But
I think that's a
the
good
way
thing.
the way he manages the team, I just I rate it. I rated it very highly. I can't lie. Like you getting result. You have not. They have not lost in like 21 games. I think Liverpool. I think are 21 games unbeaten. I think, which is I'm not
In and
sure.
around.
I'm not sure how many games. I'm not sure how many games I'm beaten exactly. But somebody correct me in the chat. But it's crazy to think like there's so many games I've beaten, and especially with Arne Slot just coming in, he's only lost once, and I think drew like 2 or 3 times, which is mad. Like
3 times, yeah.
they have to give credit where it's due, and just and just say it as it is. I mean, Liverpool right now they're the best team in the league for a reason. But yeah,
Chelsea run them close, in my opinion.
Chelsea's very very
Yeah.
close.
But I love how you pointed out Slot's interview after the Man United game.
Yeah,
That's what I really liked that. And what another thing I liked, Fulham game. Instead of I have to be a bit critical of Arteta here. Instead of when he gets a red card, he immediately defend the result. What Slot did, he reverted, I think, to a 3-1-5 formation. I
mm.
absolutely love that. Absolutely brilliant. And what you were
So five
saying
out,
about him, one,
so 5 out attack, and then one defending, and then one midfielder and three at the back.
three,
Is that
three,
right?
three in defence. That is genuine. Like that is what the breakdown consisted of.
Yeah,
That's what people were analysing, and I find it interesting how you say he doesn't have the energy of Klopp, which of course he doesn't. But I think that might be a good thing. After
yeah,
what was it, 7, 8 years of Jurgen Klopp? I mean, a change in personality I think was probably
8 years.
needed, and I love his cool, calm persona. Persona. I think it's
Because
brilliant.
Klopp's a piss take. Like everything he does, it's like he's always like it's like he lives rent free in your head. Like, it always gets to you. Like his
Yeah,
reaction, his post match comments, like the way he acts on the pitch, his anger. Like I just don't like it. But with Slot, I'm like, you know what? I can kind of see. I kind of see where he's coming from. Like I can kind of see like his approach to the games. Because Klopp was like about all that attack, he's just throwing everyone forward, just trying to passion, like try and win the ball, like try and just be the best version of yourself. But with Slot, he actually manages man to man every player properly. I think Slot, I
exactly.
think Slot, I think Slot's a very good manager, but I think Klopp as general manager, Klopp's way better. But I just think Arne Slot come in and fill Klopp's shoes very very fast. I think he's done very very well to do that. And
Yes,
with that being said, I just think Liverpool will be, and obviously they are in the title race, but I reckon they could be in for more. Not just the Premier League, but even more than that.
at
But
least
yeah,
2. Yeah.
at least possibly two. But yeah, Tottenham. I'll speak about Tottenham a little bit. They're a very up and down team. Very very up and down team. They get inconsistent results. They can score a lot of goals. They score a lot of goals, but the defensively like shocking. Like they don't defend well at all, and that's the biggest issue. And with that, I'm just gonna go with the two. I'll go with this high scoring 2-2 draw, because both teams, because Spurs will score. That I think they'll score, but the thing is, Liverpool. I don't know if Liverpool can defend it. I don't know. I don't know if I don't know if Spurs can defend well at the same time. So I'm gonna go with this. I'm gonna go with the 2-2 draw. Hopefully Spurs win, but we'll see.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're gonna go the 3-1 Liverpool win, yeah.
2-1 Liverpool.
2-1 Liverpool. All right, that's fair. Yeah, facts. Yeah, he's playing FM. Yeah, facts. He is playing FM. That's 3-1-5. But yeah, moving on. I think the next biggest game has got to be this one. It's got to be Crystal Palace Arsenal, because Arsenal, it's a must win for Arsenal. It's definitely a must win for Arsenal this weekend. But I'll let you have your say first, because you're obviously an Arsenal fan. So I'll have closure, bro.
Well, I think when you have the ambitions that at least Arsenal fans do after the last 2 years, and every game's must win, Selhurst Park under the lights, it's never a good experience. We know that as Premier League fans. It's going to be a tough game, obviously. To be honest, I haven't given much thought to it because it's just going to get me worried. But yeah, I think Crystal Palace will want revenge after getting knocked out in midweek, because that was their, let's be honest, their only realistic chance of a trophy this season, unless they do win in the FA Cup. I feel it is going to be a really tough game. Arsenal need to bounce back. Crystal Palace are in very good league form, actually. I think their last game at Selhurst Park was a 2-2 draw against Manchester City. And if they can take points off City, why can't they take points off a team that's only 3 points ahead of them, ahead of Man City? So
The thing is with
I think
Crystal Palace. Sorry, I'll just say this.
that's right.
Hold a thought, yeah. I was just gonna say that Palace always then tend to get a result against Man City. Like they always even when Man City won the league in 21-22, I remember they went up to Man City and they got a 2-0 win. So I'm like, it happens. It happens every single time, and I feel like it's like a bogey. They're kind of like a bogey team for Man City in a way, even though Man City have got the result last year. They're kind of a bogey team. But sorry, I interrupted you, bro. Go on, continue, bro.
No. Don't worry. I completely lost track of what I was saying. I was going to say they even got a point at the Etihad last year, didn't they? Michael Elise last minute penalty, if I'm not mistaken. So they've always been the City bogey side. I'm not really sure why.
It was 2-2.
But they have been. Yeah, it was 2-2. This is going to be another very tough game, but Arsenal need the win. Arteta needs the win. I think it will be a. Blimey. To be honest, I can't really call this. I reckon it could honestly go either way. But I'll stick to my guns. I mean, I've got the Arsenal shirt up here.
Yeah.
I'm going to have faith in my team. I'm going to go with a scrappy 1-0 Arteta masterclass win.
1-0 to the Arsenal classic George Graham. Yeah, 1-0 to the
yeah.
Talk about Arsenal, because obviously you got the win against Palace, right? But just in general, like your form as of late, your form as of the past, I say the last 2 games in the Premier League have been very, very or would you say the last 2 games, which is the last game in the Premier League, has not been good enough?
Last 2 games, Fulham at Craven Cottage was an absolute disaster class of a performance as well.
And the game before that was a 0-0 draw against Everton.
Everton, yeah.
Poor.
So at home, I mean, that's really, really poor. Let's say if we converted those draws into wins, we'd be what? Bloody 2 points behind Liverpool. 2 points behind Liverpool.
3 points ahead, because don't forget the Brighton game as well, at home when you drew 1-1.
Oh yeah. No, I was focusing specifically on the last 2. I mean, even discounting that. I mean, I personally think the league went at Stamford Bridge. I think 9 points is still too far. In this league.
Did you beat Brentford? Sorry, I interrupted you, bro. Did you beat Brentford? Beat Brentford at home, or did you draw against Brentford? I think was it a win?
We haven't played Brentford yet. We play them on the 1st of January. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Sorry,
yeah.
I thought you played Brentford at home or something in the Premier League. I can't remember who you played.
Well,
by January, everyone would have played everyone already.
Yeah.
Sorry, I interrupted, bro. Continue what you're saying, man.
No, it's all right. I just feel, we were winning against Brighton, had a man sent off, and ended up dropping points. We were winning against Man City, had a man sent off, and then ended up dropping points. No matter how, I mean, those sending offs are ridiculous. No other team has been punished for it, but I'll that's in the past. And even against Bournemouth, we were level before getting a man sent off, and we ended up losing. Just so many moments have how do you say it? The margins. The
Mm.
margins have completely gone against us, and that is our fault mainly. Obviously, I can moan about the refs as much as I want, but at the end of the day, it happened. I mean, I don't think it should never have happened, but it happened. Um, yeah, we should basically. I think Carragher said this guy. I keep referring to Carragher, but I really like Carragher. I agree with a lot of his viewpoints. He basically said where Liverpool are now, that's where Arsenal should be after the last 2 years, and I completely agree with him. That's where we should be. And I don't want to sound entitled, but after the last 2 years, the amount of money that Arteta's invested into his squad, the fact that Arne Slot and Enzo Maresca are in their first seasons with their clubs, Arsenal should be up there. They should be challenging, but we're just not. We're
Yeah.
just stop, start constantly.
No,
So,
I hear that completely. And I hear the poor form, because trust me, like, if you want to win this league, you can't be going on runs like this. You can't be dropping points to teams like this. And especially with last season, you guys drew against what do you call it? You guys drew against Fulham at home with 10 men. That could have been the game where you won the league, or the game
yeah,
against Villa, as well, because that for me was poor as well.
I knew as soon as they equalised, that was going to cost us, and it quite literally did. Because if we stopped that goal going in and provided every other result for the rest of the season stayed the same,
Yeah.
we would have won the league level on points with one better goal difference. That's it's painful.
No, I hear that. Auguste is asking here, make a break from Mikel soon, and follow
Me,
up with this question as well. Do you believe that Arteta should be sacked if we don't win the league?
I said
Follow
that
up with that
last
question.
season.
Last
Well,
season.
funny thing is, it's actually his 5-year anniversary since he first took the job.
Right. Yeah.
That's been all over my socials. I told Gus in person last season. If he doesn't win the league, like if he doesn't win a trophy, he's got to go. But then naturally, you put it into context because you see how far away we were at the new year. And
Yeah.
at the turn of the year, we only dropped 5 points. One of those was at the Etihad, where we had the better chances, and the other one was against Aston Villa in the final 7 minutes. So against a good Aston Villa team that ended up finishing fourth. So you look at those two. You look at 2024 in isolation, come May,
Yeah.
and you think we've evidently got it in us to go on that sort of run to win the league. But it turns out football doesn't work like that naturally, and
No, it doesn't.
I do think if he goes potless again, there's where else are we going with this guy? Genuinely, where are we going if we don't win something, even if it's just a bloody League Cup? I mean, yet again, I was arguing with Gus about this about a year ago. I was saying if it's only a League Cup, I don't care. It's a trophy. I'd be happy with that. Like, not happy, so to speak, but content. I'll always have that memory, and that is ultimately a trophy in the cabinet. And obviously, he made a good point about how much we've spent and whatnot, and how close we've been to the league we should be. And I see that completely. But at the end of the day, football's about trophies. If you deliver a trophy,
Yeah.
you've
No, you have.
evidently got enough in you to be manager of Arsenal Football Club. So
Yeah, you've got a chance to win the Carabao Cup, and people will be like, oh, it's just a Carabao Cup, but really, it's a trophy.
exactly, I'm sure you
Right.
felt the same under Ten Hag.
Yeah, I did. I was like, you know what? We need to win this. We need to win this Carabao Cup. We need to win the FA Cup as well. I said we had to stop Man City from winning the treble. That was really important. All these
Yeah.
people be like, we played well, unlucky. Nah, it's not about that. It's about stopping our rivals from winning the ultimate prize. And we didn't do that. That's why I called it a failure. Even though we won the Carabao Cup and we lost the FA Cup final, I called it a failure because
City won the treble.
Right in front of our eyes, right in front of our very own eyes. We handed them the treble. So
did we.
Yeah.
No, we lost to them in the FA Cup earlier on, didn't we? So.
Yeah, you did. Yeah. And I feel as if that was one of the reasons why Arsenal did not, like, for me, successful season wise. Like you guys, that was bound to be a very, very good season for Arsenal. I thought that was the year that Arsenal really like finally came back as like a big football club. If you had beaten Man City there, you could have gone on a run of maybe to win the FA Cup. You could have maybe won the FA Cup and the league as well. But that's up for a different discussion.
Yeah.
But as of right now, Carabao Cup Arsenal should try and win it. I reckon you guys will make the final. I reckon it'll be a Liverpool Arsenal final. And I reckon it'll be and it'll be a very, very interesting game because you guys have the upper edge at Wembley, as Arsenal always, they always turn out when it comes to Wembley. But the thing is, Liverpool
Usually.
in Liverpool and Carabao Cup finals are different gravy. That's the thing.
Exactly. Let's not forget Arsenal have lost. We've lost League Cup finals, Carabao Cup finals to the likes of Swindon, Luton Town, and Birmingham. So we've never been good in this competition, really.
Have Arsenal ever lost an FA Cup final?
Yeah. The last time we lost an FA Cup final, 2001, against Liverpool. Funnily enough.
Right.
That was when one of their defenders handled it off the line, and the referee somehow didn't see it, and then Michael Owen scored twice in the final, like 10 minutes, to snatch the cup off us. Yeah.
Fair enough. I mean, that a bit of interesting history right there, and I appreciate it, man, because obviously, you bring up the past as well, and I like that as well. I like sometimes when you bring up like moments of the past and like we talk about what could happen as well, and but luckily now, even though it might cause controversy, luckily there's VAR, so handballs off the lines will be called out now. So
yeah, exactly.
So yeah, but this weekend, I'm gonna go with an Arsenal win. I'm gonna go with
Thank you very much.
2-0 Arsenal win. I think Arsenal will continue from where they left off against Crystal Palace, and I reckon Palace might be tired as well because they played their full strength team, and you guys didn't. So that's one thing. But you guys need to start scoring goals. You guys need to start firing again, and I reckon you should this weekend. And I think Arsenal Palace away is a perfect place to get started. But I'm gonna go with the 2-0 Arsenal win. Next big game we've got is let me see. So we talked about United, City, Arsenal, Chelsea, Liverpool. Next game we will talk about is
not many good ones after that.
United Bournemouth, I guess, because that's the one that's kind of because United are 3 points behind Bournemouth. So if they win, they tie Bournemouth. They go above Bournemouth on goal difference. Because right now they're 3 and we're 2, and the points tally is 3. Bournemouth are above us by 3 points. If we beat Bournemouth, we go above them on goal difference. So yeah, it's a massive game for us. I wouldn't say Bournemouth are massive, but the game itself is massive because the thing is, we didn't do well this week. We didn't get the result. We got the result at the Etihad. Cool. I'm still very happy about that. But the biggest issue is when it comes to games like this at home, we lost to Forest. I reckon it'll be different this weekend. I'm not trying to blame the weather or anything. I'm not like Ty where it's been raining, but the wind might have played a bit of a factor that day. Who knows? It might have not. But regardless, it's still not an excuse to lose the game. However, Bournemouth at home, 3 points behind. It's only right that United should go and get the win this weekend at home and continue the good run. Obviously, with Ahmad Mainu, who else came on the pitch? Mainu, Ahmad, and Xerxes came on the pitch. We looked a lot lively. We kind of fought, we were 3-0 down. We fought back. We scored two quick goals, and then obviously it came off. We could see from a stupid goal from a corner. I don't know what the keeper was doing. I don't know what the defense was doing.
What was Fraser Forster doing for your goals? I mean,
both goals, and I think we were gifted a goal. So I think towards the end was also an own goal. So we
No,
kind of
that wasn't Evans' goal, but that was really poor to concede that as well. Like from a
it was very
defending
tight.
standpoint.
It was very, very tight because at first I was Evans' goal, and then I saw a replay. I'm like, okay, it might have been an own goal. It might have come off Basuma. But
I think it was
then,
credited to Evans in the end, if I'm not
yeah,
mistaken.
but regardless, whoever's goal was, still was not enough to get us through, and unfortunately we fell out because this would have been a good chance to be in the same pot with Liverpool, Arsenal, Newcastle. Imagine the semi-final of that magnitude. We would have played Liverpool in the semi-finals. Imagine knocking out our biggest rivals. Yeah. Imagine knocking out our biggest rivals to go to the final and then have within a really, really good chance of winning it. So yeah, I'm gutted we lost that game, man, because another cup was thrown away and I really wanted to win the Carabao Cup. I really wanted to win. But yeah, I'm gonna go. I'm just gonna go straight off. I'm gonna go with the United win. I reckon United will win the game. I'll go with the 2-1 United win. It won't be pretty. Bournemouth look good this season, though. Bournemouth look really,
They
good.
do, they do. I was about to take that into account. I mean, they've beaten Arsenal, they've beaten Manchester City, and they've beaten Tottenham. They were unlucky not to get anything out of the Chelsea game because I think Evan Nielsen missed a penalty. Davison Sanchez saved it. Anfield, they got battered, but I mean, at the end of the day, they are Bournemouth, so you can't really hold too much against them. The fact that we've beaten those three sides shows that they've really got something in them. And you see the likes of Nottingham Forest take points off you. There's no reason why Bournemouth can't. I think they destroyed you like 3-0 last season as well at Old Trafford. It should have been 4.
Yeah,
That was terrible. That was
Eric
Ten Hag ball masterclass. But that's interesting. That is. You know what? Nah. You know what? I'm gonna go United 3-2 comeback. You're gonna be like 2-0 down. Then the old United's rear guards will pop up and you'll.
Nah, that'd be fun.
It'll be something like that. It'll be something like that.
Nah, we did that last year against Nottingham Forest.
Aston Villa.
Nottingham Forest and Aston Villa. We came back from 2-0 down to win in 2 games, which is crazy. And yeah, I hear that, bro. It'll be good fun to watch. Bournemouth look good though. I mean, Iraola is a really good. He's a good tactical manager. He plays good. He plays
Brilliant.
play. And Bournemouth are 5th right now, which is surprising. But considering they lost, with the guy Dominic Solanke, who's scoring their goals last season, and I don't know who else they lost, but they've got Semenyo in there. They've got who else they've got in? They've got Kirkes, who's playing very, very well, for them. So yeah, they have a good squad. They have a good team, but I expect United to win this weekend. I hope we win this weekend because last weekend was not was something that I expected, but not in that type of fashion.
Yeah.
But however, we got the win, and we moved to Bournemouth, and Bournemouth should be and we should be beating them at home.
I feel bad for Bournemouth because you know that half that squad aren't going to be there next season if they qualify for Europe. Genuinely, that's sad as.
It's always these small clubs, and then what people gassed up Crystal Palace last season. Remember all the talk about Crystal Palace.
End of the season, yeah.
Ole's gone, Anderson's gone, and then there talks of Eze leaving. Bro, it's crazy. Like
sad, isn't it?
And then Wolves. Remember that once Wolves team where they had
that was class.
And they had Neves, they had Moutinho, they had Jota, they had Pedro Neto, bro. They had an insane and Raul Jimenez up top, bro. They had such a good team, man. They had a really.
They were
really good
newly promoted and they finished 7th.
Yeah, and then they were destroying teams in Europe, and then now in a relegation fight. It's sad. If only Wolves could hold on to their players, yeah. Street Homes would get Raul Jimenez, facts. And
exactly.
Then how the money fall is, here's what it is, bro. If we beat them, we go above them, so no worries. But still worry about it, but don't worry if we go above them. But still, yeah, League Cup's not proportionate. I hear that, but bro, it's still a trophy, and Arsenal need to win a trophy. And Arsenal need to win a trophy.
I've been starved for like 5 years, man. I mean, at least you've won 2 in 2 years. I mean, Christ.
Yeah, it is what it is. We got 2 in 2 years, but for me the aim was not just win trophies, but to do better in the league because we went from 3rd to 8th. That's why I was 10 out. But yeah,
fair enough. I mean, the league is the greatest measure of consistency. But at the end of the day, football is about trophies. So
it is about trophies, yeah, and that's why Real Madrid the other day when they won that league, when they won, they beat up Prime every time, bro. When they won that Continental Cup, yeah, people be like, "Oh, it's just the Intercontinental Cup," but they won the Champions League to get there in the first place. So it's not easy to win the Intercontinental Cup. The final might be easy, but to get there is not, because you have to win the Champions League first to get there. You know what I'm saying?
You're there on merit, essentially.
Yeah, it's based on merit. But yeah, I'm gonna go with United win. Prime, what are you saying, bro? All good?
Yeah.
Just in time for Chelsea segment. Just in time for Chelsea. But yeah, we're gonna move to Chelsea Everton now. I'll let you start with Chelsea, bro.
Oh, Everton. Okay, good. I thought you wanted to speak on the game from last night, man.
Nah, I just spoke about it actually a bit ago.
Okay, good.
Nah, go ahead, bro.
I don't want to speak on it, but Everton, yeah, I think we're gonna win that game. It's gonna be quite fine. I think we'll win the game. I think we'll win 3-1.
Chelsea destroyed Shamrock last night, and then you guys just like what? You guys played a rotated team obviously again. Obviously, you played the team that you guys registered for the Conference League. Just a word about Chelsea. I mean, going away to Everton, do you think it would be like a tough 3-1 win, or do you think it would be like a tough or do you think it would be like a comfortable? Because Everton in some of these games this season, they can turn up, right? They can turn up. It's just like, can they, poise a threat? Can they do something? Because all I see Everton do is just turn up in some games, go missing in a majority of the games. Like some games they'll look like the Everton of old, and some games they'll look like a Championship League One type of side. You know what I'm saying?
I think it's going to be as difficult probably as it was for when we played Brentford last weekend. I think it'll be fine. Like, Brentford defended very well against us, to be fair, but we just had the better quality and we deserved the win. So I think it's going to be similar.
Josh, what are you saying about Chelsea this season? Because obviously I haven't really spoken too much about Chelsea, but what are you saying, bro?
Well, Phase 1 Maresca versus Phase 6 Arteta, and Maresca is above him in the table at the minute. So, Chelsea, they've been good this season. I'll give them that. They've been fantastic, and for me, they are genuine title contenders. As an Arsenal fan, only bit of hope I have left is that Enzo Maresca, last season at Leicester, he almost bottled the league in spectacular fashion. So hopefully, from a biased standpoint, he does the same for Chelsea. But I don't think that will happen. The players are too good for that. Goodison Park, it is going to be a tough game, but I reckon Chelsea will. They'll grind out a 1-goal victory. That's what I feel about it.
Do you reckon Everton go down? Do you reckon that they're done this season? Do you reckon they get relegated? They just about survive?
No. I reckon there are 3 teams worse than them at the minute. I mean, Southampton, they're absolute relegation fodder. Russell Martin just refused to adapt his playing style. Way too arrogant about it. Wolves, they've been really poor this season as well. I can't actually remember the other two. No, is it Leicester, the third team in the relegation zone? Oh.
Sorry, the other teams relegated. No, Ipswich, Wolves, and Southampton.
Ipswich, yeah. Everton will be safe, and they've got the stadium coming next season as well. It's critical that they do stay up, and I reckon they will. There are 3 teams worse than them, so they'll be safe again.
No, I hear that. I'm gonna go with the 3-1 Chelsea win. I reckon Chelsea should win this game. Away Goodison, not going to be easy with how hostile the Everton crowd is, but it is. I still think Chelsea are good enough to win the game. Clear Everton anyways, at least. Yeah, what are you saying, Prime? So you said 3-1 Chelsea.
Yeah, 2-1 or 3-1 Chelsea. Probably 3-1 Chelsea.
Josh, if you don't mind, I want to go back to the Aston Villa Man City game because obviously Prime just joined. Prime 1-11 for Man City. It's not looking good for them. They've just lost Ruben Diaz out to injury 3-4 weeks now. De Bruyne doesn't play 90 minutes anymore. Foden looks like a shadow of himself. City just play it sideways, backwards. What are you saying about the game? Because Villa also have a lack of consistency. They've not been great in recent games, but they've picked up a couple of results, and that's more than what Man City have done in the last month and a half. Well, what are you saying about this game? Because I kind of fear for Man City in the sense that this weekend might just be another loss.
Where's the game?
Villa Park.
Yeah. City are there for the take. Yeah, there's no games midweek as well. Yeah, no, it's City are there for the taking. So I think Villa can win that game quite easily.
Yeah, I said Villa will win. I mean, we spoke about Man City's injury list. We spoke about players not being this. Like, do you think it's down to like Pep's style? Do you think it's down to Pep's like tactics? Do you think what's a mentality issue? What is actually going on at Man City right now? Like, what do you think is actually the biggest issue at Man City? Because I watched, yeah. Sorry, go on.
I think it's just a lot of things that's accumulating at the same time. Pep being stubborn and not really refreshing things. The squad has needed a refreshing and an overhaul for like 2 years now. They should have done it after they won the treble. They didn't. They went into last season. Shouldn't have won the league. Maybe even arguably shouldn't have even won the title in their treble season either. But they did. And they went into this season not doing anything either. They brought in an old Gundogan who is finished. Walker's been finished for 2 years now. A lot of their defenders are just injury prone and not good enough. Rodri being in midfield is a massive miss because he's the only defensive midfielder they actually have in their squad. Their forwards, Haaland, he's a brilliant goal scorer, but aside from that, he brings nothing else to the game. People say Doku's not that good, but Doku's also not being coached properly by Pep. Savio is his first season, so he gets a bit of a blah, I guess. But it's just so many things culminating at the same time. And also City are missing their fear factor. Because in previous seasons, they would have been able to get away with this for a few weeks, maybe a month, because they still have that fear factor. But right now, everyone knows City are there for the taking. The way Pep is acting in the media, whether he really is being depressed or he's just doing this for theatrics, I don't know. But the way he's acting and behaving, the way the players are acting and behaving, it shows to everyone that they play that they're there for the taking, which is a bad thing to do. Don't show people that you're weak because they'll treat you like you're weak. City are going through what Chelsea did in 15-16 after we won the title with Mourinho, and we didn't do well in the summer window to build in our squad, and then things just started falling apart. We couldn't. To be fair, we didn't win 1 in 11, but like we just couldn't win games. Our best players just stopped performing. Things just went down the cliff. Jose wasn't using some of the young players in the academy because some of the players in the first team just weren't doing anything. So, and then eventually Jose got sacked. But with Pep, he's not going to get sacked. He's going to be given money in the summer, and he's going to build a new squad. But as of right now, there's so many things Pep could do just to see out the games until January that he's just refusing to do. So I don't know. I still think the squad's good enough to at least challenge this season and get back into the title race. But whether or not they'll do it is probably down to Pep, and it's also down to what they'll do in January.
Because their run of fixtures before the end of the year is they've got 3 games left. They've got Villa away. Then they've got 2 very winnable games, although I don't know if City will win those games. Everton at home and Leicester away.
Everton at the Etihad and Leicester at King Power.
Yeah.
They're not City are not going to win a game for the rest of the year, which is crazy. I honestly don't see them winning. Everton can get a point against them, and Leicester can beat them. Jamie Vardy in the big game, King Power Stadium, his last season.
Always turns up against
Yeah,
Always
that's.
turns up against them.
I don't honestly don't see them winning a game for the rest of the year. And this is coming from me, someone who's been saying, bro, I've been saying this for months, right? That for like a month now. City will turn this around. That's not that bad. They'll be fine. But honestly, I'm at a point where I don't know how they turn this around. Pep is still
Yeah.
going to be stubborn, and I don't think there's only a certain amount you can do in January. Teams aren't going to want to sell. I mean, Bruno Guimaraes wants to leave Newcastle, so fine. But like, what, you're going to buy him, and then you're going to buy maybe another forward or two that you need, and you're going to buy a top center back to come in. You're not going to do all of that in Jan, realistically.
No.
You need to use your squad, and he's not doing that. So,
because Man City's transfer window, ever since they've signed Haaland and Alvarez, they've barely done anything. They've only signed Josko Gvardiol, but other than that, I've not really seen a transfer window where I've seen Man City go like all out for like a proper, like, you know, because there were last season, there were talks of them signing Paqueta, there was talks of them signing maybe Bruno Guimaraes, Declan Rice, and then what happens is Man City bottled that Declan Rice deal, and then Arsenal, he went to Arsenal, right? I'm not saying Man City were going to get him. I think Arsenal were going to get him anyways, but Man City just completely like dropped out of the race without even like, you know, trying to get him.
yeah, but that's
like,
because but Man City always do that though. City don't get involved in bidding war.
no,
That's why United signed Harry Maguire, not City. That's why United got Alexis Sanchez, and not City. That's why Chelsea got Jorginho, not City. City don't get involved in bidding wars. So them not signing Declan Rice. But even still, would Rice even help them right now? I don't know. Because Rice isn't good enough on the ball for City.
Current form, not current form Declan Rice. No, I'm sure Josh would admit as well. Declan Rice has not been on the best of forms as of late.
Not this season, no. But I do feel if City did have Rice, they'd still be nowhere near as bad as they are now.
No, I wouldn't say it's bad, but like, yeah, not.
He wouldn't have the same impacts, but he'd still be a bloody good asset for them.
Yeah,
no, I hear that. But Prime, what do you say? What's your score draw? What's your score prediction for? I'm gonna go for I went for the 3. So I went with the 2-1 Aston Villa win, I think.
At the Etihad?
No, at Villa Park.
4-2 Villa.
4-2 Villa. High scoring game. No, I hear it. I rate it. Moving on to Tottenham. You want to talk about Tottenham for a bit? Because I know you have a lot to say about Tottenham, don't you? Liverpool, Tottenham.
I don't really have anything to say. Chelsea fans are hoping for Spurs to do something. They're not going to do anything.
They're not.
Liverpool will win that game like 3-1 or 4-1 or something. So.
I had this thing. I kind of think Liverpool are gonna win, but I just went for the score draw just because, like, you know, I'm kind of hoping that like they can actually do something, but I just don't know because Tottenham score goals though. Tottenham score a lot of goals. Like even against Chelsea,
they concede a lot of goals as well.
I know they were gifted 2 goals, but like they still score a lot of goals. Tottenham, I think
they concede. Yeah, but that doesn't matter. They concede way too many goals.
No, I agree. That's why I went with 2-2 because they score a lot, but they concede a lot as well.
The Spurs fans are happy about beating Man United, but like United could also have won that game. Like that wasn't a good game for the Spurs.
No, it wasn't. We gifted them. They gifted us 2 goals, and we gifted them 2 goals. So the score could have easily been 2-1, or either side. Because I think Ahmad, Mainu, and and Xerxes came on very late in the game. Because when they came on, they actually made a really like massive impact. We actually looked a lot better. Like we actually like started clicking into gear, and then we scored 2 goals. I know it was also a mistake, but still, like the pressing was better, the ball movement was better. I just felt that when they came on, we looked a lot better. But it's just the thing is with Tottenham is that they just don't the defense right now. They're lacking. They have a lot of injuries. They have Van de Ven's out, Romero's out. I think Udogi's also out. I think who else is out? They've got Dragusin and what and who was the other guy that was in the team again? I forgot his name.
Ben Davis, Archie Gray, who's a
Archie
midfielder,
Gray,
is playing at center.
Archie Gray, exactly. And then he did all right last night against Oiland, to be honest. But other than that, like Spurs defensively, they look very, very shaky, man. And Liverpool, they don't look amazing when they win games, but they're getting results, and that's the biggest factor of Liverpool. They can get results even they don't look amazing.
And that's why they'll win the league.
That's the thing. But yeah, I'm going with 2-2. I'll go with 2-2 draw. Why not? I'll just say it for the band. So I mean,
People are setting Spurs up for failure this weekend. They're not going to beat them.
Next game, Arsenal Palace. What are you saying? Arsenal. Talk about Arsenal because Arsenal they've not looked good in the last two games. They dropped 4 points in the last two games. Not good enough, especially when won the title. But Liverpool also dropped points against Fulham, and that's where I felt Arsenal could have capitalized. What were you saying?
Yeah, I mean Arsenal is Arsenal. Looks like they're going to sign Rashford in January, which.
Oh please!
To be fair, I actually don't.
Please don't.
To be fair, I actually don't think. I think that'll be a good signing for Arsenal. I mean, will it win them the league? No, but who cares?
Josh, would you take Rashford?
No, I wouldn't. Personally, he doesn't track back enough. Even watching United, you can tell he doesn't track back enough. He has a real attitude problem when he's not on the ball, when the team aren't on the ball. I'm not the biggest fan of Arteta, but I can still see that he would not tolerate that whatsoever. And he actually got asked it in his press conference earlier today, and he had one of those typically smug smiles. So,
yeah.
Unfortunately, I think there are some negotiations going on, but I feel they'll just be shooting us in the foot. I mean, we have Martinelli, Havertz, Sterling, and Trossard to an extent. We don't need another one, Christ above.
No, I mean, because you've already got Martinelli, who's not been on good form as of late. You've already got
not for the last 2 seasons, no.
Nah, talk about Martinelli. I've not really asked you. Talk about Martinelli because as an Arsenal fan, I want to know your overall thoughts on Martinelli.
Well, I'm fond of him still because he's my YouTube PFP.
Right.
Famously, he had that 15-goal non-penalty season. 0 penalties, scored 15 Premier League goals when we were 8 points clear and conspired to bottle it. I don't know if you remember, he even scored the goal at Old Trafford that shouldn't have been disallowed. That still haunts me in my nightmares. Yeah, there's obviously a real player in there. I mean,
it was a push. It was a push. I'm sorry. It's a push, but well, that's another competition.
PGMO well admitted it was a mistake. Thing is, there's evidently a real player in there. Jurgen Klopp has constantly praised him in his press conferences with Liverpool, talking about how much of a special talent he is. And if at the end of the day, if Jurgen Klopp's saying that about you, then you've evidently got something in you. But the last 2 seasons, I think it is partly down to Arteta. He scored a goal against Leeds in December 2021, and Arteta's assistant, Airport Albert, he completely chastised him for not tracking back.
Airport Albert, I love that.
Yeah, he completely chastised Martinelli for not tracking back and covering the fullback. So it's evident to see that over the last 2 seasons, he's been overloaded with defensive work. And unlike Saka, he can't contribute on the other end at merely the same rate.
No, I hear that. Prime, what are you saying?
Sorry?
What do you make of what he said, and what do you have to add to about what Arsenal and everything about Martinelli?
Oh, he's not good enough for Arsenal. They should have replaced him in the summer. I said in the summer when Arsenal signed Calafiori, they don't need him. They should have got a left winger. As much as Arsenal fans want a striker, which I understand, but Arteta wants to play with inside forward that score goals. So if that's the case, then you need a better left winger. So that's because people complain Saka gets man marked all the time. The only reason Saka can get man marked is because you have no one else on the left side to actually stretch the pitch. So you need a left winger, and Rashford, I don't know. Again, when he's at his best, he does score goals. So he would actually be able to get in the end of chances. Obviously, Arsenal could do better. I said back in the summer, Arsenal should sign if Arsenal were serious, they would go and sign Ademola Lookman. Arsenal fans were telling me the guy's no good. Now they're telling me Rashford's better than Lookman. So I don't know. Arsenal are a mess regardless, but I don't know. Rashford, the worst signing in the world. Like, you guys could do much worse. You guys could have signed. It could be Garnacho you're linked with.
Fair enough.
No, yeah, I'm gonna go. I went for an Arsenal win. What are you saying, Prime?
This game is where?
Sellers Park. They just beat Emirates, but
At
they
the Emirates.
rotated,
Okay.
and Palace went for like a full strength team.
I don't think Arsenal will win both games. I said on Sheik's panel that Arsenal would lose midweek and win at the weekend, but it might be the other way around now. So who knows?
I reckon Arsenal win though this weekend. I think they'll bounce back like even stronger, because obviously I'm not saying bounce back, but I'm saying in the league that they have to bounce back because they beat Palace with like a very rotated team. Jesus scored a hat-trick, and the Arsenal team is going to play on the weekend will be much stronger than what they face on midweek. That's why I reckon Arsenal will just get another comfortable win. But you're saying Palace will win, yeah?
Yeah.
Score prediction?
Album.
What do you make of United this week? Because United, obviously, we lost and we won the Manchester Derby last week. We already spoke about the Manchester Derby, but talk about the game, because the Tottenham game was a bit like a mad game. It was a mad game. Obviously, we lost that game, but do you see, because Bournemouth are a good team? They look good this season. Like, they're actually playing good, some good football. They have some menu. They got Kirk Cousins for that, and they're in fifth. But if we beat Bournemouth, we go above them this weekend on goal difference, because we're only 3 points behind them, and they're above us by 1 goal, which is embarrassing. And as he said right here, sorry, he said right here, yeah, how the money have fallen. We've fallen so low. Like, we had to we're not battling against Bournemouth, but yeah, what are you saying, bro? What the game this weekend at Old Trafford? Prime, you there? You're on mute, I think.
You're on mute.
I don't know. I think I'm hearing an echo.
Oh,
You guys hear that?
I think it's hold on, I'm muting myself.
Hello. 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 Hello.
Oh, it's Josh. I think I have to mute, bro. Sorry about that, mate.
Do you want me to set my headphones on?
No, it's fine. No, it's fine.
So,
I just mute, bro. It's all good.
I was just wondering. No, I was just wondering. Well, but yeah, I don't know. United are United. Guys are not really that good overall in terms of your attacking quality, barring like Ahmad, I guess. So, and United fans are complaining that Amram rotates too much, but he can't really play a consistent 11. If he keeps playing Ahmad week in, week out, Ahmad will eventually just break down, and then your season will then eventually end, and people will complain. Ahmad's not played consistent week in, week out football in his career, has he? Barring when he was on loan at Sunderland,
no,
he hasn't played consistent minutes.
He actually came off the bench at Tottenham, so I think he'll start. Ahmad doesn't play full 90 minutes every game. He actually rotates with Ahmad. He doesn't play Ahmad every game.
No, I know, but that's the point I'm making. Ahmad's not played consistently throughout his career, so it makes sense why he's not going to play now consistently until he builds up like actual match fitness to play week in, week out.
We need cover as well, because we're gonna need back for Ahmad. I know also about Anthony, but Anthony's not a right attacking midfielder.
Did you say if you win, you can go above Bournemouth?
Yeah,
Oh, so you guys could be in the top half of the table if you win.
yeah.
Don't have to scroll to find Man United.
Man, I wish we won that Carabao Cup game, man. I really wanted to win this Carabao Cup because I don't know. I don't like throwing away trophies, man. I really don't. The
It's
keeper
fine.
was terrible.
You'll win Conference League, man, or you win Europa League. It'll be fine.
I hope so. But we're saying for this weekend. I'm going for the United win at home.
I think Bournemouth win.
Bournemouth win. I won't be surprised because Bournemouth did beat us last year, and Nottingham Forest did beat us at Old Trafford a couple weeks ago. So I won't be surprised that it happens. But I don't know. I just think United will win. I just think we'll want to bounce back from the loss against Tottenham, and we'll try to hopefully continue the form. But
Team you guys
yeah,
played against,
Spurs. Yeah.
Lissandro will start at the weekend. Mazwari will start at the weekend. Ugarte will start. Bruno will start. Dallo. Yeah. Oh, sorry. Yeah, Anthony and there. Okay, no. I'll say draw then. Never mind.
Draw.
I'll say draw. Yeah.
Nah, fair enough. And obviously Chelsea. We spoke about Chelsea. Couple of news in the Premier League this week. Wolves got a new manager. I forgot his name. Is it I forgot what his name was. Is it Ferreira or something? I can't remember. I can't remember what his name was. And
who's talking about?
Wolves.
I think Wolves manager or Victor Pereira.
Victor Pereira. Yeah. What are you guys saying about that? Like, you think Wolves will make a run now? Do you think Wolves will stay up? Do you think that they can, go on like a good run of form? Because they got Wolves, because they got Leicester away. That's like a relegation sort of game. If Wolves win that game, they're 3 points behind Leicester. If Leicester win that game, that puts Wolves within 8 points off of Leicester, and they're 19th, which is already looking peak for them. So what are you guys saying? Leicester Wolves, cause I mean obviously Wolves, because Wolves are not on amazing run of form. They only won recently. Leicester are a tough team away from home, especially. But what are you saying with the new manager, Josh?
Honestly, I don't know anything about the guy, so I don't know what to expect from a Wolves perspective. I think you said they have Leicester at the weekend, don't they? That's a real that's a real 6 points.
He used to manage in the Saudi
League. But really,
he used to manage Fluminense as well, or not Fluminense, Flamengo in the Brazil league.
Yeah.
So, yeah, and he also used to manage Corinthians. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know how necessarily how good of a manager he is. Oh, sorry, Josh, you're speaking.
Well, yeah, I agree with what you said. I don't know what to expect from the guy whatsoever. So I'm in a complete blind spot in terms of Wolves from now on. I think Leicester, it's a real 6 pointer. They have the players available to take points off Leicester. I'd say the guy gets off. He gets off to a winning start. I'll be positive for Wolves. I'll give them a. They'll win 2-0, I reckon. That'll be my prediction. Just complete out of the blue new manager bounce.
Do you think new manager bounce will play massive factor than you think? So yeah.
Yeah, I think that.
Prime, do you think Wolves will now go on a run of games? Do you think they'll stay up? What do you think? What do you think will happen to Wolves now?
Wolves have injuries. Ryan Inouye is out. Cunha is a doubt for this weekend.
Oh, that's tough then.
So yeah, they've got Jose Sa's out. Pablo Sarabia's out. Mosquera is out. But for Leicester, Atau's out. No Ndidi, no Pereira, and Hermansen, their starting goalkeeper, he's a doubt. So who knows? It could possibly swing either way. But I'm gonna say Leicester win.
No, I hear that. I reckon it'll be. I want Leicester to win because I like Leicester. I have a few ties with Leicester City, so I want them to stay up. I want them to do well in the Premier League. But yeah, I think that's gonna be it for today, lads. We're gonna wrap it up here after do another show on my channel as well. So make sure you guys subscribe. There's 32 of you watching. Please make sure you click the link and subscribe. I've passed 103 subs, so please make sure you guys get that up. And I had my first record-breaking views on YouTube. I had 112 views. That's my record as of now because unfortunately I have very very less subscribers. But thank you for the support. Make sure you guys show the love to these two lads in the chat. What do you guys got coming up? You guys got anything planned? Any shows?
Just celebrating Christmas with the family, the usual.
Nah, big up to the family. Primary thing. We got coming up, bro. You want someone else's channel I can plug?
No, I was just on Lewis's channel before I came on here.
Oh, Lewis's channel.
Yeah, that's why I was late. I was just on Lewis's channel before I came on here. We did a preview for the Everton game, and I think there might be something on casually today or tomorrow, maybe. You know,
big up.
But yeah, that's it.
Make sure you guys go subscribe to Carefree Lewis G as well. I plugged that so you guys can subscribe to me. Subscribe to this channel. Subscribe to everyone else, and obviously make sure you guys show some love in the chat. Subscribe, like, all the good stuff. Leave a comment in below, and yeah, all the best. See you guys on the review show on Monday. Take care. All the best. Oh, actually, I'll see you in a bit for the United show. So that's gonna be a bit of box office. Talking about my football club again. So yeah, we'll see. I'm talking about United in a bit.
Oh,
I'm doing United show in a bit. So yeah.
Oh, before we end it,
yeah, go.
Here's a stat.
Go on.
Chelsea are guaranteed to be in the top two of the Premier League at Christmas for the first time since the 16-17 season, when we were first top of the league at Christmas. The Blues have gone on to win the title on all 5 occasions. They have been top at Christmas. They've never gone on to be champions in the 4 instances in which they've been second at Christmas. So, heritage. We'll see. But we're chill guys right now, so it doesn't matter.
How many points are you off Liverpool right now? Let me have a look.
It doesn't matter. I don't look at the table. We're chill guys. I look at the table. How many points are you off Liverpool?
Not many. not too many. Not too less.
Chelsea are still. We're still fighting for survival. It's the road to 40 points.
Not too much. Not too less. Just kind of 14 points off. Yeah, that's not too much. That's not too less. That's just okay. That's better off.
Chelsea on 34 points, so we just need 6 more until we survive. So we're done.
United just had to stop Liverpool from winning the league. We need to stop them from winning the league, man. January, Anfield, bring it fucking on.
When you play them at Anfield? When?
First game of 2024. That's the first game we have. 2025. Excuse me. 2025. Yeah, that's the first game, Anfield, and then
do your job.
Actually, Arsenal kick off the year because they play Brentford, and then that's the first game of 2025. Like that's the first Premier League game of 2025, and then we play, and then Anfield on the weekend.
Just do your job, bro. Do your job.
Come on. We'll hopefully we'll do something, but yeah.
No, hopefully. Do your job. Just do your job.
No, I'll try. We'll try. Sorry, we'll try. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. Make sure you guys like the video, subscribe. There's 40 of you watching. Please make sure you click the link on Twitter. And yeah, head over to YouTube and subscribe. Show us some love in the chat. And yeah, I'll be back in a few minutes for the United show. So stay tuned, stay locked in, take care, peace. Come on, United.